On July 11, 1835, Austin received his passport, boarded a stagecoach, and left Mexico City, bound for Veracruz. While he still detested sea travel, it was the quickest way to place distance between himself and all the misery and frustration of the past year. On July 23rd, he boarded the brig Wanderer and set sail from the port of Veracruz. Austin surely noted the aptness of the ship's name. Wanderer's destination was not a Texas port, but rather a city upon which Texians depended more than any other, New Orleans. Austin was grateful that the voyage did not repeat his 1833 ordeal while aboard Comet. The calm passage allowed him to process all that had happened to him. He might have expected the Centralist to arrest him, but not the Federalist. They were supposed to be his friends. Yet bitter experience had taught him that Federalists could be as distrustful, vindictive, and incompetent as the Centralists were. He had lambasted the doctrines of the Roman Catholic Church, but one of the few people to visit him in prison was Father Muldoon, a priest. He had castigated members of the war party, but Spencer H. Jack, a vehement war dog, and many claimed the first Texian colonist to actually spill Centralist blood in 1832, had traveled all the way to Mexico City to secure Austin's freedom. He learned that petty prejudices and sweeping generalities did not survive contact with everyday experiences. Henceforth, Austin would be less rigid in his pronouncements and his thinking. It was a testament to his character and resilience that he left prison a wiser and better man. Austin enjoyed his layover in New Orleans. During his time there, he took advantage of the Crescent City's hotels, restaurants, theaters, and bookstores, especially the bookstores. Always a bibliophile, Austin avowed that the cruelest part of his incarceration had been the dearth of books. He possessed many fond memories of the place where he had studied law as a young man. At 41 years of age, however, Austin could hardly recognize the eager student he had been. His experiences had altered him. He had always preached loyalty to Mexico, but now in his letters to his cousin, Mary Austin Holly, he almost sounded like a war dog.
A large immigration will prepare us, give us strength, resources, everything. A great immigration from Kentucky, Tennessee, etc., each man with his rifle or musket, would be of great use to us, very great indeed. For 14 years, I've had a hard time of it, but nothing shall daunt my courage or abate my exertions to complete the main object of my labors, to Americanize Texas. This fall and winter will fix our fate. A great immigration will settle the question.
On August 25th, Austin took passage aboard the schooner San Felipe. Its destination was Brazoria. On September 1st, San Felipe and the river steamer Laura encountered the Mexican revenue cutter Correo de Mexico and captured the vessel following an exchange of cannon fire. During the fighting, the Texian crews deposited Austin and their cargo of munitions ashore, since they considered both too valuable to risk. Austin predicted that this episode, along with June's Anahuac embarrassment, would incite Santana to some kind of punitive action. His prediction was correct. Actually, the Centralists were already ahead of him. On August 1st, General Martin Prefecto de Cos, recently appointed as Commandant General of the Eastern Interior Provinces and headquartered in Matamoros, issued arrest warrants for the ungrateful and bad citizen W.B. Travis, R.M. Three-Legged Willie Williamson, and several other known rabble-rousers. Travis took the threat seriously and immediately went into hiding. Texians affiliated with the Peace Party may have thought the war dogs reckless blockheads, but they detested military despotism even more. They swore they would never surrender fellow Texians to Cos or any other centralist toady. Responding to these new threats, Texians organized committees of safety and correspondence. On August 15th, the Columbia Committee issued a general call for the Anglo municipalities to elect delegates for a general consultation at the town of Washington in October. Such a conclave appeared a precursor for out-and-out rebellion. Many yearned for Austin's experience and wise counsel. They soon got their wish. Austin landed in Texas during the first week of September, and word spread through the colonies like wildfire. On September 8th, the citizens of Brazoria hosted a lavish reception to celebrate the return of their prodigal son. Moses Austin Bryan, Austin's nephew, described the emotions of the proceedings.
No man ever received a warmer greeting, and no one ever appreciated such greeting more.
Rumors arrived that General Cos was heading toward Texas at the head of a centralist army. On September 19th, Austin declared that Cos intended to
destroy and break up foreign settlements in Texas.
Then, throwing aside all restraint, he proclaimed,
conciliatory measures with General Cos and the military at Bear are hopeless. War is our only resource.
And this from the head of the Peace Party. Truthfully, by then, what remained of the Peace Party had faded off the scene. Travis was almost beside himself with joy.
Huzzah for liberty and the rights of man. Texas is herself again. The Tories are dying a violent death. I feel the triumph we have gained, and I glory in it.
It was, as the Wharton brothers, Houston, Travis, and the rest had always predicted. Their time had arrived. At last, the majority had caught up with them, and not a moment too soon. On September 20th, General Cos landed at Copano Bay with 500 Centralist soldados. He intended to disarm the Texian militia companies and take leading militants into custody before they could provoke a rebellion. Yet, his presence on Texas soil had already done that. Anglo colonists now united against Santana and his centralist minions. Just weeks before, Travis had crowed.
We shall give them hell if they come here.
And now, Texians of every stripe were preparing to do just that. By the end of September, Texas was a powder keg. A single cinder could ignite the whole. As it happened, the eruption ignited from the most unlikely of places.